I grew up and with just my mother. My dad was in and out. Me and my sister's life. I grew up with just my mom. She did the best she could. I had two other sisters, Chanel and Carla. And we had a nice childhood. And basically, my dad was in and out of my life, and my stepdad raised me. And his children, they were addicts. So I grew up around a lot of drugs. I seen a lot of things, and I never would have thought that I would be an addict. And I don't like to label myself as an addict because I don't like to put labels on myself. And I'm just going through a rough time in my life right now. Anyway, I got married when I was 19 years old to an older guy. That was a good time in my life. He owned properties. We had money to help take care of my family, my sisters, my mother. Anything they wanted, if I was capable of doing it for them, I did it. And things got dark for me when I lost my 2-year-old daughter in London. She had upper respiratory problems, and I want to say about 3 years ago, she died. She died in a bed next to me. And I started dibbling and dabbling with Percocets first. And then, the dope was next. A friend introduced me to the dope. And I basically started doing dope because I wanted to kill myself at the time. I didn't want to live anymore because I lost my 2-year-old child. And people say you have other children to live for, but I would have done the same thing and felt the same way if it was any of them. That was a very hard time for me seeing my daughter like that. I carried her in my belly for 9 months. And the pain I feel, no one understands. And it's been 3 years and it still hurts me to this day. I didn't have support. I didn't have support from my family. And that's something that I really, really wanted. I figured that my family would be there for me because I was there for them when they really needed me. And they wasn't. Some of them talked about me on Facebook, and I became angry. I didn't know how to deal with the death of my daughter. All I wanted was for them to hug me and tell me that I was going to be okay. And they did the total opposite. And that's when I knew who would remain in my life and who wouldn't. Who really loved me and who didn't. Drugs, no, it's not going to make anything better because when I sober up, those problems are still there. But at the time, it makes me not feel. It makes me numb. Okay, so I want to fast forward just a little bit. My mom was there to help me, through the coping with my daughter's death. She did the best that she could helping me with London's death. because it wasn't only me, it was my other 3 children that we had to help cope with their little sister dying, and she helped me as much as she could. I appreciate that for her. And my mom was always there for me. My mom was my best friend, and my sister and my mom, they, after 8 months of being down Kensington, almost dying, blacking out, waking up in parks with my pants ripped open, not knowing if I got raped or not, being threatened by men because I didn't want to have sex with them. One guy told me he was going to blow my head off if I didn't have unprotected sex with him. That's not something I really do, but I have done it a few times, and you know, I haven't really gotten any really weird ones, but that's that one person threatened to end my life if I didn't want to have unprotected sex with him. That's the only bad experience I really had. And he dialed somebody on the phone, and he was like, "Come bring me the gun, I'm about to blow this bitch head off." And I was sitting there thinking, like, it's a million females out there, why do you want to kill me? And I begged and pleaded for my life, but once he dialed that number and said, "Bring it to me," first thing I thought was, oh, he don't have a gun. So I punched him. I punched him in his face. I fought for my life that night, bit him, did whatever I could, and he wound up being on the ground with me. I got up, ran one way, he ran the other. And times like that makes me believe there is a God. Because at one point I gave up on God when my daughter passed away. But that's another story. After Lennon passed away, I want to say it was a year into it, I got clean. I went to rehab. I got me a job. I was doing good. I was doing very good. I want to say 2018, I got clean. And I was happy. 2018-19. Yep, 2019, I was working at a hair store. I was installing wigs. And I met a guy who I known for years down Kensington that I didn't know I knew, but I know his face was familiar. We got in a relationship. He wound up being abusive, cracking my head open, bringing me down, telling me I wasn't nothing, stomping me. And that's when the depression came back. But I didn't go back to using. I just started popping Percocets. Well, that is using, right? Yeah. But as far as heroin and cocaine, so my mom just recently died, okay, March. I found her on the floor, dead. And that's why I relapse. I am an active user right now, and I don't know why. I just can't deal with death. But she's the reason why I started to feel like me again. My mom helped me with the death of my daughter, and now that I don't have her anymore, it's like, what am I going to do? Now my best friend is gone, and I'm alone. And I want my mom. And I know I'm grown, but I want my mom. And yesterday was her birthday, and I couldn't celebrate it with her. And the only vision I have in my head is her laying on the ground, dead, me touching her body and feeling the coldness. And that feeling I never will forget. And again, where's my family? just talking. Oh, she's doing drugs. She don't want help. Just leave her where she at. And I don't want help. I'm not ready yet. But I need love and I need support. Right, wrong, and different, I feel like they should be there for me. I never stole from anybody. I love my family. But that's my story. And I'm gonna go to rehab soon. And I want to get my children back. And I make perfume from scratch. I'm very talented. And I want to open up a store one day. Yeah, that's my story.